I'm Andrew Aston, and this is my presentation on miso, or miso soup. The introduction. What is miso? Miso is a fermented soybean paste widely used in Japanese food. What is miso soup? Miso soup is a traditional Japanese dish by dissolving miso paste in dashi broth, often with some pieces of tofu, seaweed, mushrooms, or like green onions. Why I chose this dish. I've never had miso soup until this week. Usually when I go to hibachi restaurants, I'll get the ginger salad instead of the miso soup. So I thought I should try it out this time. Agricultural and sustainability aspects. The ingredients are soybeans, rice, barley, and salt. And soybeans only grow in the summer and then they're harvested in the fall. But some sustainability concerns is there's a lot of deforestation where they just set fire to all the trees to clear out the area, which they can use for soybean farming. And then organic options are also becoming more and more popular. The history and culture significance of miso. Miso originated in China over 2,500 years ago, but was introduced to Japan by the Buddhists around the 7th century. And the significance of miso soup is that miso soup is usually served in most Japanese meals throughout the day, including lunch, breakfast, and dinner. How miso soup is prepared. So you make the dashi broth, then after that you add the ingredients, and then you dissolve the miso paste, but you don't want to boil it or else it'll kill the probiotics that you get from the miso paste. And then speaking of probiotics, here's the nutrient composition of miso. Protein from soybeans, fiber supports digestion, and then the probiotics, which you need to have a healthy gut, and you don't want to kill the probiotics by boiling the soup. You'll have vitamin B, vitamin K, and then some minerals are manganese, copper, and zinc. And the health benefits is it improves gut health, supports heart health and the immune system. And then the only concern I could really find is that there's a lot of salt in it, so it could lead to high blood pressure. How to identify fresh and high quality miso soup by sight. The vegetables should be crisp and vibrant. The onions should be like a nice green color, and they shouldn't be soft or anything. You should be able to like feel a little crunch. And avoid eating any of the ingredients that are wilted or slimy, or if it has brown spots like the mushrooms. The mushrooms should be firm and not slimy, so don't eat the dark and mushy mushrooms. How to identify fresh and high quality miso soup by the smell. So miso soup should have a fresh, warm, umami-rich scent. And umami is called the fifth taste and is a savory flavor found in many Japanese food. It's kind of like a fishy taste, and there's sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and then the fifth taste would be umami. And then fresh miso soup can also have a sweet and slightly salty aroma from the salt that is put into it. Cultural reflection. Before learning about miso soup, I thought it was a common Japanese appetizer, kind of just like tomato soup here. But what I didn't know is that miso soup is a staple, almost like how it's common to have bread or coffee in America. Miso soup is also tied deep with tradition, important to family meals, and even spiritual practices such as Buddhism. And then here are my sources.